So let's look at the division. Vikings, Packers, which one's going to come out on top? Which one do you see?
That's a tough one. I'm going to go with the Packers.
Hey, with the G on your chest.
There's two reasons why I still like Green Bay in this division, though. And the first one is, more than anything else, you just have all these weapons back. They had this window here from 14 to 16 where you didn't have a lot of contracts expiring.
Right.
You had this sweet spot here with Julius Peppers being with Clay Matthews playing all these different positions. This is an opportunity, and I still think, like a lot of pundits are when you look at the national media, think that this is a team that could potentially go all the way again. Aaron Rodgers gives you that possibility. When you look at the Minnesota Vikings, I love what they've built defensively. I love Mike Zimmer's mind. I like that double A-gap zone scheme that they run, the pressure that they generate internally. I just need to see it from Teddy Bridgewater, and I've said that all along. I want to see him. He has the poise. He can stand under pressure in the pocket, but can he really lead a team and not just manage a game? I think that's going to be one of the ultimate determinants this year of how far the Vikings go is how much room Bridgewater has in his improvement.
How much gas does Peterson have left?
Right, that's a question,
big
too.
Big question, too, yeah. And the Packers are going to find out early this year, and they're going to get a good look at that new stadium. And he's always been it's kind of gone one or two ways against Peterson. Either they've done a really good job of containing him, or he's kind of run through the house.
So what team then in the NFC do you think pushes the Packers the most?
Good question. I still really like what Seattle's done. Now, they've had contracts coming up where they've had to make some decisions on guys, and they don't maybe...
Brandon Browner cut today.
Yeah,
Yep.
Right. They don't have the flexibility they once had when Russell Wilson was making $600,000 a year. So I think that's kind of taken a bite a little bit, but at the same time, you've seen some of their young guys come up, and John Schneider's done a tremendous job of developing them. In Arizona, I mean, now you get the Honey Badger back in there, that's probably one of the leading candidates I would see. I like what they built. If Carson Palmer continue to build on what he's done the last few years.
Carolina going to be able to sustain.
I'm really curious. They did a lot offensively last year, considering they lost Kelvin Benjamin right away at the beginning of the season. Still were able to make do with Ted Ginn. Jonathan Stewart looked pretty good for most of the season. It probably comes down to Cam Newton, and if defenses can solve him. I mean, they're going to go as far as he takes them. They're going to be in a division that I think is going to allow them to still be in the playoff picture, but can they make that magical run that they had last year?
And we haven't talked anything about the NFC East.
Yeah, I mean,
who knows?
There's a big unknowns there because, last year Washington was the Cinderella. You remember, it's funny how quickly winning in playoffs will change the narrative. Earlier that season, people were talking about the discontent with Gruden. You don't know what's going to happen. And then suddenly it settles under Kirk Cousins, and they make the run that they did. Philadelphia will be really interesting, with Doug Peterson now as a head coach in this league.
One of my favorite guys of
Unbelievable.
all time
and
is
what a job he's done in climbing the ranks. I mean, he was a high school football coach, what was it, 3 years
seasons ago. Then Andy Reid brought him up to Kansas City.
Remarkable.
And all of a sudden he's the head coach, and he was obviously
Ben McAdoo, and the former Packers offensive coordinator in New York. So it's going to be a competitive division, but I don't think there's a front runner, especially with Romo's injury.
No. Dak Prescott I don't think is going to be the answer in Dallas.